Whoops, what's up, everybody? Welcome in, welcome in. My bad, y'all. I didn't have my microphone on. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. I have the fan on, but we are making a beef stew right now. I'm about to put the potatoes in. The meat's been going for like maybe 2.5 hours, so it is almost finished. But I'm gonna go ahead and start on the potatoes. I think I'm gonna put like 2 potatoes in there. Here we go. Here we go. 1 potato, 2 potatoes. Maybe I put both. Yeah, let me put both. That one looks better. That one didn't look so good. Teddy, go outside. Teddy does not like to go outside. I think it was a bird or something in the backyard, and my doggy does not like to go outside now. I think a hawk or something tried to come and get him. My poor baby dog. They're about to go over there, I bet you, and start messing with the chickens. We have a little chicken, a little rooster or whatever next door. It's our little neighbor, but they do not like each other. They went over there one time and they got in a straight fight. The chicken was clucking or plucking or whatever at the dogs, and then the dogs were like all going crazy barking. So I gotta keep an eye on them when they're out there. I'll just roll up the window, roll up the window. Mario Belandra says, "Hey, Mrs. Space City, what's up, Mario?" Ruben says, "Hey, Mrs. Space City, Mr. Space City, what's up? What's up? What's up?" Yeah, Space is over there just chilling. I think he's playing his game right now. So just me in the kitchen. We're gonna be making some beef stew. So right now I'm getting ready to do the potatoes. I already have most of the meat is cooked. But what I'm doing now is just peeling the potatoes that are gonna go in there. And the potatoes don't go when the meat goes just because the meat takes a lot longer. So I don't want the potatoes to be like starchy or mushy. But yeah, guys, I'm Mrs. Space City. I do edible reviews, vape reviews. I did a pre-roll review of a mini hash roll from LA Family Farms. If you guys are familiar with that vendor, they're out of California. They have some pretty good pre-rolls, guys. Whoever their rollers are, shout out to them because they don't even use the cigar bands. And a lot of times I find that people try to save their roll with cigar bands at the end, but nah, a good roll, you don't even need a cigar band. It's going to stay regardless. So yeah, LA Family Farms. I think it was a Sakura flower and Big Perm rosin. So yeah, I have that review on there. I have another gummy that I'm gonna do, another gummy review, and then we need to make the snickerdoodle cookies. If you guys want to hang out, we could do some snickerdoodle cookies. I can go get the RSO oil. So basically, I'm gonna take the RSO oil and portion it out, and then we're gonna put it inside of the cookie with a piece of chocolate. Let's see if we can kind of hide that flavor there. Get my big knife. Space City says, "What's up, everyone? What's up, Space City? Smash the like button." D Halter says, "Hey, Mrs. Space." Mario says, "Hey, Space City." Subscribe for vape and edible reviews. Saluting says Space City. Heck yeah. And if you guys are interested in flower or rosin reviews, that's my husband there, Space City Cannabis. He does flower reviews, rosin, device unboxings like Puffco, Pivot, stuff like that. And then I do the reviews that basically he can't. He is immune to edibles, doesn't get affected by them. So that's where I come in. I like to review edibles. I also like to make edibles. So I think on one of my lives that we did infused tamales, that one was pretty fun. Those were pretty good. They were hitting pretty nice. The flavor was really good. I think the sauce, like the red sauce that we made for those red pork tamales, it masked the infusion so well, and you really couldn't taste it at all. So I thought that was pretty cool because I could definitely smell the infusion when I was making them. I'll put these to the side for now. You really want to put these potatoes in water, but I'm just gonna do this real quick and throw them in. So I don't think that they'll get brown that fast. They'll be good. They'll be good. Yeah, guys, lots of 420 content in addition to cooking. I used to cook a long time ago. I went to culinary school, and then I was also in high school. There was also a cooking class that I took. I think it was like a 2-part class. Yeah, I never did like the pastry chef part. I did always like to bake, but I went to school just as for like a general, just cooking, general cooking knowledge. But there, it was cool because it also taught you like the business side of it, like how to run your business. And one of the biggest things that I think is really important to learn is how to cost, like how to price out each recipe. That way you can go like figure out how many ounces. Like say if I'm buying strawberries, it's like I'm buying say 4 pounds of strawberries for $6.99, and then I'm gonna divide that and figure out per ounce, and then how much ounces I'm using per recipe, and then you can kind of figure out like your cost and everything like that. So I've actually priced out my tres leches, my cookies and stuff like that. I could tell you exactly how much it costs like per cookie and per cake to make, and then that's kind of like the very basics of how you price stuff out. So I learned how to do that, and I've priced all of my stuff out. So I think that's like always really important, is just to kind of figure out how much does it cost you to make stuff like this. For example, if you pay for potatoes by the pound, like how much of this you can already see like there's a pile. So how much am I paying for it that's not even going into the recipe? So stuff like that is kind of what they teach you to figure out. So I thought it was pretty cool. But a lot of stuff nowadays you can learn online. Like you don't have to go necessarily like to a 4-year college or anything anymore. You can learn a lot of stuff online, guys. Like there's just so many people that do, and they're all in like different spaces. I've seen like I follow a few different guys. I follow one guy, Snake Man Pat. He's like into snakes and reptiles, and I think that's like pretty cool because I'm actually terrified of them. So I think it's really cool to be able to see somebody like handling the stuff that I'm like so fearful of. Um, there's another girl, Caffeination Station. She's really cool. I like her videos. She just basically runs a coffee shop. But same thing, like right, she's a business owner, so she tells you how to run your, not how to run it, but like just like her obstacles and her 2 cents to running her business. There's also another chef that I watch that owns his own restaurant. So that's pretty cool to watch. But yeah, guys, there's so many people online that you can run into, and so many things that you can learn that you really don't need a 4-year like college or any kind of degree for. You don't have to have somebody to teach you something like that. A lot of it just online. Hit your like, subscribe, and share the live. Thank you, Ruben. Mario says I've shared the live. Oh, appreciate that. Thank you guys for sharing. All right, let's take a look at this beef here. I'm gonna add the potatoes, but I'll probably take the meat out at this point because I think it's done. I think it's almost ready to start shredding. Oh, and of course I'm out of bowls. I need more stainless steel bowls. I feel like I have a lot, but then when I start cooking and using them, it's like I have none. All right, let's use this. Oh Lord, the doggies came back in. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's looking real good. Yeah, I don't want it. It seems pretty soft. I don't want it to fall apart just yet because it's gonna continue to cook. It's gonna have a little bit of carryover cooking, so I don't want it like completely falling apart, but you could tell it is pretty tender. So I think at this point I'm gonna take it out. Well, I feel like it needs a little bit longer. Let's do this. Let's just cook it with the potatoes. How's that? Let's cook it with the potatoes. Let's get them taters in there. Oh yeah, these are gonna have big chunks, and it's also gonna thicken this sauce up a little bit. So I might need to add just a little bit more seasoning, and then a little bit of agua. Oh yeah, look at that big piece of meat right there. And you can kind of see it starting to fall apart. It's not 100% there, but the meat is starting to fall apart. Actually, you know what? Let's take it, and I think I'm gonna just kind of get it into smaller pieces. Break it up into like kind of bigger chunks. and then we'll come back and add it back to the broth. Let's do that. I always change the way I do this. I don't know why. Every single time I do it differently. I haven't found like one specific way that I like to do it. So yeah, let's just take, that way these guys will cook in there. Ow, hot. Jeez. All right, yeah, let's just let our potatoes cook in there for a bit, and then we'll add the meat, the cilantro. Yeah, we'll just do meat and potatoes. Let's do like that. All right, those look good. Put the lid back on. Yum. I love these cast iron pots. They're really good. They work very, very, very well. Okay, so the meat is just about done. I'm going to put some foil and just kind of let it sit there and rest for a little bit. And then I'll start breaking it up into bigger pieces. But I found that I keep overcooking it. I keep overcooking it and then undercooking it. So I'm just going to take it out while I feel like it's soft. It might need a little bit more time to get tender. But what I'm going to do is just take a few parts of it and like break it up into kind of bigger chunks and then put it back and let it like kind of marry with the potatoes when the potatoes are done, and then that should be good. Okay, in the meantime, we're going to prep the RSO oil. So that's good. This is good. Let me kind of reset and get this out of the way, and then we're going to portion out our RSO oil. All right, you can stay up there. You come with me. Okay. All right, let me go grab the oil, and then we are going to warm it up and portion it out so we can infuse some cookies. Cookies, cookies, cookies. Oh no, the ball broke. And boys broke the ball. Okay, where's my oil? Right here, RSO oil. I think I'm gonna do this on a parchment sheet is what somebody had told me to do, was to get, I'm gonna get a sheet tray, which, wait, I don't need a big sheet tray. Why am I getting a big one? Okay, let's get a little sheet. Let's just get this. Okay. Ooh, excuse me. All right, let's do this. So this is the oil that I'm gonna infuse in the cookies right here. RSO oil. So what we're going to do is heat this up just a bit. I think I'm just going to put it in some hot water. Here we go. All right. That looks good. Let me get some hot water for that and heat it up. I think that's how the guy told me. I'm pretty sure he said to put, I'm going to get 2 bags. Let's do this in 2 parts. All right. Come hither. Come closer. Come a little closer. All right. So I think what I'm going to do is put this in here just so I know it's protected from the heat and stuff, right? Okay, that's good. And then this other bag is going to be filled with hot water or warm water or whatever. Let's see. That seems temperature. Ooh, that's hot. Okay, that seems good. So I'm going to put hot water in this bag. All right. I have hot water. Now I'm going to dump the oil in here. Let's see if this is how we do it. All right. So let me just make sure it's submerged. So as you can see, it's in the bag here. So I have the RSO oil in one Ziploc, and then this is just warm water, like as hot as I could stand it just from the faucet. So it's going to heat up the oil, and it should kind of make it more pliable so where I can do droplets on the parchment right here. And then we're going to put them in the freezer or cooler and just let them set, and then we will put them in the cookies. Yes, so this is RSO oil. I did a review on this. I tried it just as is and dabbed it on my tongue, which it had pretty good effects. So what I want to do is do like a full circle dab of it and then put it into some snickerdoodle cookies. All right, so we're gonna let that sit for just a second. But yeah, ours it's Rick Simpson oil. So basically, it's some kind of concentrate that has all the plant matter. It's not only certain parts of it that are extracted; it's the entire plant. So that's what Rick Simpson oil is, and that's what's in here. And like I said, we tried it on a dab, but now we're gonna actually try it on the cookies. On the cookies, guys. All right. I think that's. I hope that's long enough. I don't know. We're gonna find out together, guys. We're gonna do this social experiment here. All right. So it should be kind of warmed up already. Oh yeah, it does feel warmer. And the top is coming off pretty easy, or easier than the last time. So you can see right here, RSO oil. And if you guys are just coming in, I am Mrs. Space City. I do reviews of cannabis, edibles, edibles, rosin vapes, pre-rolls. Oh yeah, that looks good. They say to just do like maybe a grain size or so. So I think that's actually a little bit bigger than I was hoping to do them, but I think this is good. I'm not sure, and I don't know how many milligrams or anything are in this, but I don't care. Let's see. That's 5. Oh man, yeah. You can definitely feel that it's getting harder and harder to put on here. And this is another thing with edibles, like it's really hard to make them the exact same size. So I don't know how much I'm taking, but we're just gonna take it and figure it out. You can see like, man, that's a lot. So if it's recommended to only do like one of these, look at how many servings this is. Like that's crazy. Try to put this back on before it sets. Ugh. This is the only bad thing about this is it's really difficult to work with. There we go. I think I got it back on. But yeah, guys, RSO oil. This one was actually from Old School Hemp. So you can go to Old School Hemp and then use code Space City, and then that's how it came out. Hell yeah, Space City says subscribe for vape and edible reviews and cooking streams. Hell yeah, we've been trying to do a little bit more cooking content. You guys seem to like that and the weenies. Mario says, I think my sister-in-law is using that. Says it helps her with her pain. Absolutely. This is definitely something that you can kind of mix. I've heard people say that you can mix it into drinks. It's basically as is, so you don't have to heat this up in any way. It's not something you dab like on an e-rig or on any kind of device. It's ready to go as is. So all you do is just warm it up a little bit, like you saw me with some hot water, about 30 seconds, and then you're able to kind of portion it out. The only bad thing is it tastes terrible, guys. It tastes absolutely terrible. So that's why I'm thinking the snickerdoodle cookie will be perfect for it, because we bake a snickerdoodle cookie, like just the cookie, and then when it comes out of the oven, I'm gonna put a piece of chocolate, or maybe just some of these, like maybe just a bunch of these little chocolate chips. I wanted to do a Hershey Kiss, but I think I don't even have any. But I wanted to do a Hershey Kiss on the bottom. And because the Hershey Kiss melts a little bit into the chocolate, that would be perfect to put these right underneath the chocolate, but before the cookie. So right in the middle, it'll have that little soft, sweet center spot where hopefully the chocolate will mask this flavor of the RSO oil. But we're going to find out. I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's an experiment. We're just going to fuck around and find out. John the Man says Mario. Kel says, what's up, Mr. and Mrs. Space? What's up? What's up, chat? Ryan says, what's up, Miss Space City and chat? What's up, Ryan? Mario says, oh, yeah, I read that. Sorry. Mario says, hey, Kel, Ryan. Everybody saying hello to each other. What's up? Ryan says, what's up, Space City? What's up, guys? I know you guys were on his live earlier. Today we're just cooking. We're making some beef stew. Let me show you guys the pot. Oh man. We got the potatoes going. Yum. Then we have the meat over there that's already cooling off. That's good. We got the RSO oil that we have portioned out, and I believe we already have cookies. Let me see. I'm pretty sure I had just a few cookies left. Let's see. Ah, yes, perfect. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cookies. How many of these did I make? 10. Okay, perfect. We'll just double up. Awesome. So I do have some cookie dough that's already made. This will be perfect. Let me preheat the oven. And these are 1 ounce cookies that cook at 375 for 13 minutes. If you guys don't know. All right, so I'm going to try to freeze this for just a minute or two just so I can get it off of the parchment. You okay? How am I going to put this in the freezer though? Oh, right here. Okay, that should freeze. It shouldn't take too long to freeze. I think it's just going to take a couple minutes. So in the meantime, we will let me get rid of this. Reset, reset, reset again. Let's start getting the cookies ready for the oven. Ooh. Pretty. Okay. Awesome. Now we're going to do a regular baking sheet. I'm going to get the full-size baking sheet. And then I have these, I will probably link these in the description too. They're parchment paper sheets, and they're super, super easy. These are the sheets right there. Then I do have some sugar and cinnamon that's already mixed. Of course, I have it on hand. So I'm going to go ahead and just roll these. We'll bake them. And then whenever they come out, we're going to put the chocolate and the RSO in the cookie. And for now, the RSO is just sitting in the freezer. So I warmed it up already. I portioned it out. And then we're going to put just a little bit in each one of these cookies and see how it goes. But it's going to be this right here, RSO oil. It is a concentrate, a cannabis concentrate that basically has like the whole plant in it. Basically, guys, basically. All right. And I did review the RSO oil. I just took a dab of it. Basically, you just take a little bit of it and put it on your tongue. So it had pretty good effects. I do remember waking up the next morning after I ate the RSO oil, and I felt very rested, like my actual sleep, like the deep sleep that you need. I definitely got a lot of that on this. So very excited to put it in a cookie and kind of enjoy it a little bit more than the first time I tried it, just because I hadn't really done enough research about it, like of how to consume it or anything. So we just I just wung it. What is it? Winged it? Wung it? Yeah, I just kind of did whatever. All right, so these are already pretty much shaped. I'm gonna take them, and this is how you make snickerdoodle. It's just a plain cookie dough, and then you put sugar, like white plain sugar and cinnamon, and then you roll the cookie around in it just like this. And it's gonna bake with all that sugar, just like that. And like I said, we're not gonna put the oil in right now. The RSO oil is gonna go in as soon as it comes out of the oven. We're gonna put the RSO and some chocolate right in the center of these cookies. And then hopefully that's going to mask that flavor, but you'll still get the full infusion. Like I said, these are just little 1 ounce cookies. They bake 375 for 13 minutes. Here we go. And this is a really easy recipe. You can find it on it's made from Hershey's. So if you go to like Hershey's.com, I guess, and just look up their cookie recipe. That's the recipe that I use for the cookies. It's really, really simple. It's like the most basic cookie you'll ever make, but it's actually a really good cookie. It's a very good cookie base. I always add I'll add chocolate chips. We've done the snickerdoodle ones. I've done peanut butter. So it's a really good just base cookie dough. You can really use it for anything. And again, it's Hershey's. If you go to just like Hershey's.com, I think, or just look up like Hershey's cookie recipe, it only has like 6 ingredients or something like that. Super simple. And these I think are already like a week old or so. They've just been sitting in there. So you can definitely make the cookie dough ahead of time, and you can also freeze it. So it's really good to make and just have like on hand. These are good there. Oops, almost done. And another trick to the cookie dough is just making sure that it is like super cold before it goes into the oven. You want to let your cookie dough sit for maybe a whole day if you can, like a whole 24 hours. That's why I make it ahead of time, just because you want enough time for the flour to absorb into the butter and the egg and everything, or else it's just going to taste very dry. That's how you get pretty dry cookies. So always make sure that you refrigerate your cookie dough and that it's super cold before it goes into the oven. It's going to help from the spreading too. You ever seen cookies where they go in the oven and they just like that, like just completely flatten out, versus the ones that slowly start going, and then by the time they come out, they're still like nice and puffy and soft. They're nice and tall. You get them kind of like stacked up really nice. So that's how you get that. It has to be cold, cold, cold cookie dough, and it has to have sat overnight already with enough time for the sugar to really soak into it. All right, so here's our cookies. I have 8 of them here. I'll probably double dose a couple of them. We'll see how that goes. I don't like that. I like to make sure that they're not gonna touch. There we go. That's much better. All right, so those are our snickerdoodles. Those are ready to go in the oven. I'm just waiting for it to beep. Once it beeps, I'll throw those in. Let's go ahead and go back to our meat. If you guys are just coming in, what's up? I am Mrs. Bay City. I do reviews of edibles, rosin vapes, and pre-rolls. Today I dropped a video of a mini hash hole that's from LA Family Farms. If you guys aren't familiar, it's a vendor out in California. We also have some RSO oil that's available at Old School Hemp. If you go to their website, you can use code Space City and have it delivered straight to your door. There you go. If you guys are more into flower and rosin, head on over to Space City Cannabis. That's my husband's channel. We both have our own channels. I just do different THC products just because he's not affected by edibles. So that's the perfect thing for me to review since I love eating edibles and making edibles. So that's what we're making right now. Some infused snickerdoodle RSO cookies. We have the RSO oil that we already portioned out. It's in the freezer waiting to be added to the cooked cookie. Oof, I need mediums or something for my nails, guys. Hot damn. All right, let's take a look at this meat and see if we can shred it a little bit now. It's been kind of sitting and steaming. Oh, yeah, that looks delicious. Here we go. It's still kind of hot, but what I want to do is just go in and kind of break it off into bigger chunks. Oh, yeah, it's pulling apart pretty easy. So that's what I wanted, is just to be able to pull it off into like bigger chunks because it's going to go back into the pot. Oh, yeah. It's going to go back into the pot just to cook for a little bit, just to get a little bit more tender, but I don't want to overcook it. So I'm going to break it down. I'm going to get all this like extra pieces of fat that I don't want, any of this silver skin. That's going to be a tough part of the meat. So you just want to take that off. There we go. But we started off with some pretty good quality meat. You can see it's like kind of shredding now. But yeah, this silver skin, I definitely saw a little bit of this in there, and I was like, oh no, I need to go in and make sure I rip that off because I do not want any of this tough skin to be left on the meat when we're trying to bite it. And then same thing with like just these little pieces of fat that I find. I don't like chunks of fat. Sometimes it's good, like in pulled pork, I leave just a little bit of fat because I know it's going to be nice and soft. Kind of makes it like more like melty, melt in your mouth, I guess. Oh yeah, this is good. This would be nice, like bigger chunks. And that's why I don't do the diced meat. You can use diced meat in beef stew, but I choose not to. I like the whole roast just because I like this part of being able to come in, break it up into smaller pieces, like as big as I need to. And especially because I overcook the chunks all the time. It's hard because none of the chunks aren't the same size, and that's why they have like different cooking times and stuff. But if you cook the whole thing all together, as soon as it starts kind of breaking apart like this, I take it out because I know I'm going to put it back in the pot with the potatoes just to kind of marry it all together, get all the flavors together. So that's why I do it like this. It's just a little, it's a couple extra steps, but it definitely comes out really, really good like this. There we go. Oh my God, I can smell these. It's taking all of my effort not to freaking eat half of this. I'm ready to go. And then we're also going to finish it with some cilantro. So as soon as the potatoes are done, or when the potatoes are almost done, maybe when they have like 3 more minutes, I'll add the meat in just to let it kind of reheat, come back to stewy goody tenderness. Yeah, just like that, kind of big chunks. And it's pretty soft. It needs a little bit more time, but I think it's going to come out perfect. I think I'm really close to the flavor and the texture that I'm looking for. I also have to be careful with the peppers because I've been putting it in the peppers, and they've been cooking just the whole time, and then it loses like the heat. So I need to be careful with when I put the jalapeno and the serrano in there too. So much science to this stuff. You can't just throw like all that, throw it in the pot, like let it go for the whole day for 12 hours. No, like I can't. I can't just let the food cook. I have to be messing with it and looking at it and tasting it all the way and making sure that it's coming out right. I can't just set it and forget it like they advertise the crock pot. Oh, that one looks good. This piece right here has such good marbling, which is like a good amount of fat. Oh man, yeah. Not that little piece. Dude, this smells so good. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, look at that. Nice big chunky chunks. Nice big chunky chunks there. All right, cool. So those are good to go. Let me take my gloves off. All that work to put my gloves on. All right, let's throw our cookies in because I heard this thing beep already. Oh man, hit that like button if you haven't already. Hell yeah, Space City. Justice. Yes, ma'am, looking good as fuck. Thanks, John, man. I appreciate that. Durban Brown says, oh wow, how many lives are we getting today? Dude, you guys, we've been doing like the other day we did like all 3 lives on all the channels. The Grow channel got one, Space City got one, and then I had one. So we've just been going live every day, man. We've been taking you guys all over the house. We took you guys to Buc-ee's. Hell yeah, I'm gonna try to take you guys with me more when I go shop and just, whatever we're doing, guys. There's so many people that I see online that just take you everywhere, dude. They take you like they're live for like their whole life. Like they do 4 or 5 hour streams. I can't do that. I'll be here for like, I don't know. I think the longest we've been is like an hour and a half. I can't do more than that, y'all. I'm sorry. If you're wanting more, I just can't give it. Toss that. All right, let's take a look at these potatoes. And also be careful whenever you are cooking with these pots here. These things are freaking hot. So just make sure you use your oven mitt. Oh dang, I smell taters. I smell taters, guys. These are looking really good. It really looks like they're starting to absorb a lot of that juice and the flavor. Look how thick it's getting. Perfect. Oh yeah, this is looking really, really good. I'm very happy with that. I'm even happy with the color. It's a lot more red. Usually it looks like super orange, but this time it actually came out the color I was really hoping to get. So that's looking good. I'm gonna let that keep going for just a few more minutes. Probably by the time the cookies are done, that will be ready. I'm gonna go ahead and cover this over here just so nothing falls in or flies in while I'm working. But yeah, this meat's good to go. I'm gonna try really hard. I already tasted it, but I'm gonna try not to eat it all because I'm about to go ham on that beef. Oh man. Jonathan says almost tenderism. Yeah, it's almost there. Mario says, hey Durban, looks very nice and good. Thank you. Durban says, heck yeah, we're traveling with you guys. Hell yeah, we're taking you everywhere. It looks delicious. Durban Brown says you got some fresh brisket on the board. Heck yeah, man. It was awesome at Buc-ee's. It was nice to show you, especially Tony T. He had no idea what Buc-ee's was. So I was like super excited to tell him that it was a freaking gas station, dude. Oh man, stay tuned. Stay tuned for March, guys. In March, we got some exciting stuff coming up. We're going to be taking y'all to the rodeo. Hell yeah. I love, love, love going to the rodeo, guys. If y'all haven't been to the Houston Rodeo, go check it out. They have a pretty good lineup this year. Everybody says it's whack, but there's some pretty good people on there. All right, now let me go get the cilantro that we're going to finish with. Oh, you know what? I didn't do any rice. Let me see if I have, I need either brown rice or white rice. Let's see what I have. OMG. Where's all the rice bowls? I love these brown rice bowls, but I don't think I bought enough of them. Let me see if we still have white rice. Tell me we have white rice. Oh, we have tamales. Dang, I usually always have white rice too, guys. Oh no, oh no. We're gonna have to start some real quick. Yeah, I forgot there's no rice. Yeah. I was like, what? I know, right? Oh no, here's some. Oh, there it is. Oh, never mind. I'm good. I'm good. I'm over here about to make a whole nother pot. Jeez Louise. No. Okay, good. We're good on Mexican rice. All right. So, yeah, let me just get the cilantro. That's what's going to finish this as soon as it's done. Take a little bit of this. Now, I am not big on cutting the cilantro. I don't really like to cut it. I like to use scissors. If I could find my kitchen shears. Oh, my goodness. Oh, they're clean. That's why. These are the most underutilized tool in the kitchen, guys. I promise. Kitchen shears, that's where it's at. That is where it's at, y'all. Kitchen shears are the best. All right, let's grab a few of these. I'm gonna put them in. I love salsa bowls. I have like a million salsa bowls, guys. Feels like a nice haircut when I do that. Yeah, I like to leave these like that pretty much. I'll cut a little bit of stem, but the stem is also still good, so I don't get rid of the whole stem. Yeah, guys, kitchen shears, that's where it's at. Like chicken, all that stuff. Anytime I'm cutting something up, or even when I do fajita, whenever I make like a bunch of fajitas, same thing. Use your scissors. I promise it's gonna change your life. It's good there. And I'm not gonna put too much because I know that the rice still has some cilantro, so I don't want it to like be completely overpowered by cilantro. But I do like I do like good flavor of cilantro in mine. All right, that looks good. I need to find something to put this in because actually, let's put it in a bag. If you put it with a paper towel, for some reason it lasts a little bit longer. I don't know why, and I think it might just be in my head, but I swear it works. I don't know. We'll see. So you put it right there, just a piece of paper towel. I'm actually going to cut the rest of this because I can. Here we go. Take out the bad ones. There's a couple of little ones in there that look bad. There we go. Here we go. And there's another little hack. Throw it in a bag with a paper towel, and it lasts, I would say, just a few more days longer than usual. Sometimes I'll wet the paper towel, but this one's already kind of moist. It already has moisture in it. But yeah, that's how I store my cilantro, and it lasts for a good minute, a good while. Here we go. Put this back, and then let me show you guys. I do have my Mexican rice. I totally forgot that I had Mexican rice already. That's why I love having it on hand, because then I can just heat it up. Bam, Mexican rice. So I'm gonna leave that. We'll just reheat it on the stove. I love reheating it on the stove. It's much better. Double OG says, "What's good, Mrs. Space and chat? What's up? Everybody saying hello to you." Space City said, "Double OG Durban. What's up, everybody? What's everybody having for dinner? Are y'all having some beef stew too? Who's having the beef stews, guys? Who's having the beef stews? All right, let's turn the cookies. I do like to turn the cookies halfway. It helps them to cook more evenly. If you have a regular oven, it's important because there's no airflow. If you have a convection oven, that's the oven that has the fans on the side, so it makes the hot air kind of circulate, and the temperature of the oven is a little bit more regulated, and like there's no hot spots, I guess, in that sense. But because we're in a regular oven, I'm going to go ahead and turn that. That way the heat is distributed a little bit more evenly on the cookies. So that's the reason we do that. Let's see. Let's check these potatoes. I feel like they only needed a couple more minutes. So I think they might be ready. They might be ready. Let's double check our pot. How's that, guys? What's it looking like? Let me actually get a regular spoon now. Now that we're coming down to the bottom of this. Ooh, yeah. And the way I can usually tell if the potatoes are done is as soon as they kind of start breaking apart. Like I see the ends of some of them kind of breaking. Yeah. All right, let's try it. Let's do the test. Let me show you guys the test. So I tested the other day like this, and Space said it doesn't work with a baked potato, but it should work with regular potatoes. All right, so you take a paring knife, like so. Cha, cha, cha. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so you take a paring knife, and then you're going to look for what is probably the biggest potato. I'm going to say the biggest potato, I want to say is like this one. This one looks like a fatty. All right, so you're going to put your knife in there, and when you slowly pick it up, it should come off the knife. If it comes off the knife, it is ready. So you see how it's sticking? I kind of had to shake it a little bit, so it needs just a little bit more time. Let me try this one right here. This one, same thing, kind of a fat potato. You're going to stick it pretty much all the way in. You're going to stick it. You see how it's not sliding down? That's how you know it's not ready yet. So it needs just a few more minutes. Like I said, I think it's really gonna match up with the timing of these cookies pretty good. So let's leave that in there just a couple more minutes longer. It's almost done. And because it's almost done, now's a good time to throw the meat back in there. Because remember, the meat's gonna like reheat up and continue cooking just for a little bit because it just needs a couple more minutes. It doesn't need too long, and because I've already broken it up, it's gonna be a lot easier for it to finish that cooking and get to that tender, super soft consistency that I'm looking for. So we're gonna bury that in there. Oh yeah, you guys. Oh, that's looking good. That's looking real good, guys. All right, that looks good. Let me add a little bit more liquid though, because it looks like it's not covering all the way. Oh yeah, there we go. Just a little bit more liquid. And go ahead and add this so it can start kind of getting that cilantro flavor. push those down, make sure everything is in there. Oh yeah, that's looking good, guys. It's looking really good. I think we're really getting somewhere. All right, cover that up. Boom. All right, so that's gonna finish. I need one more pot to reheat my rice because I could reheat it on in the microwave, but I don't like to reheat things in the microwave. I try not to. If I can reheat it on the stove, I'd rather take the time and reheat it because to me it also tastes fresher. It tastes like it just came out of the pot whenever you reheat it in the stove. For some reason, the microwave, I don't know, it's just weird, dude. It doesn't come out the same. I also tried it with pizza and that doesn't work. So supposedly you put like a slice of pizza. Let me move you guys over. Okay, so supposedly you put like a slice of pizza right here with a little bit of water and then you put the top on and then it's supposed to like reheat it to be perfect. I've tried that. I swear to God it doesn't work. Or maybe I'm doing it wrong. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, Dylan Brown says frozen taquitos for me. I've been there. It looks wonderfully good. Oh, thanks, Mario. Don't jinx it now. I don't know if it's gonna be good, but we're gonna hope it is. All right, guys, let's take a look at the cookies. The cookies have 40 seconds left, so let me get my cooling rack out. Ah! All right.